Welcome everyone to the Tuesday Top 10. This is episode 26. And welcome to 2024. We're covering the best new comics you should be picking up for the week of January 2nd and 3rd. And we're looking at a pretty big FOC coming up this weekend. So don't forget to go to the Comic Hub and last call for confirmed orders, FOC, and shop coming soon sections and submit your orders. All items begin posting on Wednesday the 3rd. However, you won't see all the items and covers until at least after 5 p.m. on Friday, 1/5. And don't forget that those orders are due by Saturday, 1/6 at midnight to guarantee your copy of any open order cover or single issue. If you see an incentive cover that you would like, send your request via the hub, call the store, or you could also send a text to the store mobile phone. Stay tuned for more news on the return of additional shows coming soon after MegaCon. Don't forget to pick up your MegaCon tickets. This year, the show is on February 1st through 4th, so it's a little earlier than last year. And the shop will definitely be there for all 4 days. Don't forget to follow the store on social media and then join the Discord server at Collective CCG. Once again, welcome to 2024. Let's get into the show. There is no news this week, so we're going to go over a few extra items. All right. Jump right into it. First item, move this out of the way, is the Sandman hardcover. There's one copy in the store. This is the Omnibus hardcover, volume 1. It's a very nice volume. If you're into hardcovers and you like the Sandman, this was a classic book. This is, trying to see how many, I think it's the first 3 trades, maybe 4. It doesn't really say real clearly on the back, but one copy in the store. This is $150. If you've been finding something to use those stamp cards for, it could be that, or it could be this. This is also out of frame. Sorry, y'all, let me adjust that. This is a little taller than the other book. Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, Volume 1. Has the current style DC trade dress. Also hardcover with a nice slipcase. And that's $100. So again, if you've been looking for something to use those stamp cards on that you've been holding on to, that might be the thing to get. Or if you just want that book and been waiting for it to come in, definitely check that out. All right. I'm going to go over the incentives this week because there's some very nice ones. All right. Right here we have, this is not necessarily an incentive. It's not like a 1 in 25, but it is considered, it's called a promo. This is a $30 issue. This is Kid Venom Origins, number 1. Again, $29.99. We have the, I believe this is a 1 in 25 for Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood number 4. That's a really awesome Todd Knock cover. It's the first time I've ever seen him draw on anything like zombies. And those are some pretty cool looking zombies. That's $15. Not sure who the artist is on that one. Just pulled these from on a whim. But this is the Venom 29 1 in 25. This is $20. I'm pretty sure that's Elizabeth Torque, but I'm not sure. You got a Fantastic Four 15 1 in 25. Also $15. Amazing Spider-Man number 41, 1 in 25, $15. Sorry, not sure who the artist is on that one. Give me a second, I'll take a look. I'm gonna guess this is Simone Bianchi. All right, there's 2 copies of this one. This is the 1 in 10 for Vengeance of the Moon Knight #1. Cool design variant. Set one of those aside. This is the Lionel Francis Yu painted 1 in 25 variant for Vengeance of the Moon Knight #1. We have a standard format art, Lionel Francis Yu variant cover. That's a 1 in 25 for Beware the Planet of the Apes #1. Clear some space on these. All right. We have the 1 in 25 for Fall of the House of X #1. This is Russell Dodderman. This is $25. All right. The Planet of the Apes one is $15. We have Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. Miguel O'Hara. Yeah, I don't know why I butchered that one. Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, volume, or #1, rather. This is a new volume of 2099 series. This is actually Spider-Man 2099 versus Marvel Zombies 2099. And this is a design variant. There are 2 of those. So 1 in 10, it's $10. And lastly, but not least, The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos #5. So 1 in 10, it's $10. All right. Next up, I'm going to show off something that's still in stock. If you missed this when it came out, this is Harley Quinn #32, the Rose Best Chibi cover. These were a little bit short when they came out. They were in high demand. So if you wanted this and did not pick it up, there is one in store. All right. Now we got some honorable mentions to get to. And the first is Kid Venom Origins #1. This is, I believe, a one-shot covering the Kid Venom character that debuted recently in the, I think it was Absolute Carnage, but in a Carnage miniseries. I think it was it the Venom? I think it was Venomverse. Well, this is by Taigami and Clayton Cowles and Guru EFX. We have a Taigami cover and a Humberto Ramos cover. And just to let you know, because Marvel doesn't indicate, they don't differentiate between A and B covers, and other publishers, their letter designation, A, B, C, whatever cover it is, and the actual final art can vary between solicitation and FOC and when they actually ship. I will no longer be covering what the cover is, if it's A or B. I'm just going to tell you what the artist is. So I'll tell you what issue it is, what artist it is, but we're not going to do any letter A cover, B cover, or anything like that anymore, because you can't keep it straight because it changes too much. All right. Next honorable mention is yet another spot in the list for Poison Ivy. This is issue 18, so this is the end of the third arc. This has always been a series that has fantastic covers, and this is no different. I mean, this is written by G. Willow Wilson with art by Luana Vecchio and covers by Jessica Fong right there. Actually, no, the Fong cover sold out. Okay, the main cover is Fong cover. The covers that are available still in the store are the In Hyuk Lee cover right there and the Yannick Paquette cover. That's Poison Ivy 18. Last on the honorable mentions list is The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. If you like vampires and you like monsters and you like strange science stories, this is for you. This is yet another book by James Tynion, who is just has all the hits right now. This is drawn by Tate Brownball and Isaac Goodhart with colors by Miguel Muerto. And this is the basic cover. The first cover was Nick Robles. That is the only cover that is currently available, and I believe this is the last one in stock. Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. number 6. Okay, let's jump into the top 10. And we have Conan the Barbarian. This is the Titan series. This should be the end of the first arc. And this is written by Jim Zub with art by Doug Braithwaite and colors by Diego Rodriguez. We have the Jai Lee cover. We have the Patrick Zerker cover. Finger on that a little bit longer. That was a cool cover. A classic throwback art. You have the Dan Panosian cover. And you have kind of a chibi style, an homage to the little Golden Books, kids' books covers, which is kind of a weird flex for this cover, but it's cool. Conan the Barbarian, number 6. All right. Number 9 is the start of a mini-series from DC, Kneeled Before Zod, featuring the number 1 Superman enemy. I don't recall when this was announced or when it's coming out. This kind of took me by surprise, but this could be a good series. Classic X-Men writer, been around for a long time in comics, Joe Casey, writing this one. Interior art by Dan McDade, who did some books for Boom before making it to the big 2. Colors by David Barron. And you have a cover here by Jason Sean Alexander. This is the Bjorn Barron's Zod kind of hovering cover. And then we have a foil by Ariel Colon. And that is probably reflecting something. I don't know. The background, me. As has been usual recently for DC and Marvel foils, the price is a little higher than cover. This is going for $10. That is Kneel Before Zod, number 1 in the miniseries. Got an indie entry coming in at number 8. This is Pine and Merrimack by Kyle Starks with art by Fran Gallin and colors by the ever-present Jordi Belair. You got a small-town mystery tale of humanity at its best and its worst from Boom Studios. Boom Studios has been putting out some very quality indie books, and Kyle Starks is a top-tier writer on his way up in the comics industry. This one should be good. You have a I'm not sure which cover is which. It says McKellianine, but okay. This is the Fran Gallon cover, which was not on my list. And this is the Erica Henderson cover. That's the only 2 covers that are in stock. The rest of them have been claimed. This is Pine and Merrimack, number 1 in a miniseries. It's time for a Marvel book. Number 7 is Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. As I mentioned previously, this is Spider-Man versus Marvel Zombies 2099. And it's going to feature the debut of Blade 2099. This is written by Steve Orlando, who wrote The Scarlet Witch recently, and Dev Pramanik, who drew Spider-Man India, and colors by Raul Angulo. We have the first cover here by Nick Bradshaw and Rochelle Rosenberg. That's Nick Bradshaw on pencils and Rochelle Rosenberg on colors. We have the David Baldeon and Israel Silva cover. That's the first variant. And we have a Spider-Man homage featuring Wolverine by David Yarden. I like that cover a lot. This is Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, number 1. That is a weekly series, so expect to see number 2 coming out next week. If you're a big fan of Spider-Man, they keep doing Spider-Man 2099, rather. They keep doing mini-series for that character to keep him out there for you. All right. And I realized that I needed to readjust the camera back a little bit. Good job. All right, I told you this one was going to be on the list. I spoiled it a little bit for you. This is number 6, Marvel Meow number 1. This is the print edition of the Marvel cat or feline characters, sidekicks, such as it is. If you liked Marvel Unleashed, then this book is for you. It's got a couple of cool covers. This is written and drawn by Now Fuji. This is the Now Fuji cover. And I didn't check the pronunciation on that, so I might be getting that wrong. This is a Dooli cover. Looks like a painted cover. And we have a Chrissy Zulo cover. I know which one most people are going to want, and it's this one. That's Marvel Meow number 1. That is a one-shot. All right, back to indies for number 5. The first issue of this book did sell out and was reordered at least once, if not twice, if memory serves. And this is the Ministry of Compliance number 2 by John Ridley, who wrote I Am Batman for DC and Black Panther for Marvel previously. And this is his big indie debut for a top-level book. This is drawn by Stefano Raffaelli. This is the Stefano Raffaelli cover. And we have a Ryan Sook cover. It's the Ministry of Compliance number 2. Sticking with indies for number 4, we have another repeat appearance on the list. This is The Hunger in the Dusk number 5. This is the Cliff Chiang cover. And this is the penultimate issue in the first arc. And the end of The Last Men Standing may be at hand. This is another book by G. Willow Wilson, who continues to do stellar work on anything that she writes, with interiors by Christian Wildgoose. And there is other covers available. If you wanted one of those other covers, they are sold out. Please go on the hub and request them to see if the store can do a reorder. Again, this is the Cliff Chiang cover. The Hunger in the Dusk number 5. Just roaring through the list. We're coming back to Marvel for number 3. This is Beware the Planet of the Apes number 1. This is a prequel to the original movie. This is a new entry in the Marvel 20th Century Studios imprint. This is written by Mark Guggenheim, who wrote for the Flash TV series and has written X-Men in the past. We have interior art by Alvaro Lopez. We have another Taran Clark cover. We have a Ben Harvey painted cover and a Scotty Young cover. As always with the Scotty Young covers, if you FOC'd this, you are guaranteed a copy. It's already been pulled for you, especially if you're on the list for all Scotty covers for everything. That is a very fun cover. Scotty covers usually are. Sage, I just saw your comment. How's it going? Nothing from Mad Cave or Scout on the top 10. There were a couple things that came out, but I don't remember off the top of my head what they were. Again, Scotty Young continues to make excellent covers. I wish he'd do a book with some interiors because I really liked when he was doing interiors. But all the covers are definitely a hit. This is Beware the Planet of the Apes, number 1. This is an ongoing series. And we're sticking with Marvel for the rest of the list. We have the next chapter in the story of Moon Knight. Begins right here in Vengeance of the Moon Knight number 1. The Midnight Mission is mourning Moon Knight's death. This is the new ongoing series for the character, at least for now. I know there are plans for more changes to Moon Knight coming up in the first couple of months of this year. So this might be, I believe this is an ongoing series, but it might be a miniseries. I'll have to double check and follow up. This is written by Jed McKay, who's been writing Moon Knight for a few months now. This is drawn by Alessandro Cappuccio with colors by Rochelle Rosenberg. We have a painted cover by David Finch. We have a foil cover, which by Alessandro Cappuccio. Again, $10 because it's a foil. A little higher than cover price, but these foils are very cool. We have a awesome Greg Capullo cover. I love seeing him doing more covers for Marvel. I saw from his Twitter he is actually doing interiors for an unannounced book, so expect news on that as soon as it breaks. We have a Frank Miller cover. And we have a Eric Gist cover for Vengeance of the Moon Knight #1 ongoing series. And as if anyone expected any different, the #1 book this week is Fall of the House of X #1. And we knew it was coming, but it's finally here. After 4 years, the end of X-Men's Krakoa era starts right here. If you stepped off because of the long story that was being told, or the number of books, or just lost interest, you're probably going to want to jump back on this, especially if you loved House of X and Powers of 10 that started this story arc. This story is not to be missed. This is the conclusion of this story going over the next few months. We'll leave this along with Fall of the House of X and Rise of the Powers of 10 are 4 or 6 issue stories. This is written by X-Men writer Jerry Duggan with art by Lucas Vernick. And this is a Pepe Larraz cover. Colors by Brian Valenza. We have the Mahmoud Asrar cover. This is called the Farewell Krakoa cover. We have an incredible Kate Pryde In-Hyuk Lee cover. We have a Mark Brooks team cover. Is that no, it's not. Okay. We have another Scotty. Awesome Cyclops Scotty Young cover. And we have a Ilyana Rasputin Magic Art Germ cover. That's all we got for this week. Don't forget those DC hardcovers, both Sandman Volume 1 and Swamp Thing Volume 1 are available. There is only one copy of each, so if those are something you have been looking for a while, don't forget to reserve that. Don't forget to catch John's Dungeon Corner Friday at 1 and pick up your MegaCon tickets. The show or the store will be there all 4 days. We will see you next week. Have a great one, everybody.